I tried to explain.
They are not
simply,
Japanese?
But not Japanese.
Korean.
Korean. Or Chosen people, including the North and South, both of them. And then why I say such kind of thing is there are so many Japanese people who suffer in their life, but they are very hard to get such kind of money from the Japanese government, while the Chosen people get the monies.
But it's based on not based on today the fact that they cannot find a job, but based on the war history. Therefore, they get a payment.
Apparently, that system doesn't have a relationship. So just the people who have a right to live in Japan,
right,
and who cannot afford their life by selling.
Right. Okay. But we have to
a variety of the reasons.
Right. So we also we have the same situation in the Netherlands where immigrants are actually receiving the major part of the social benefits. I think in our case, I can't speak for Japan, but in our case, it's because they have a weaker position on the labor market, and we have a it's easier to succeed on the labor market if you are Dutch, unfortunately, than if you are an immigrant. And of course, there are also people who abuse the system. You cannot avoid that. Cannot avoid that.
So after the World War II, our law system was still enough to do the correct support for the people who live in Japan, and especially talking about the what do you say the system. The payment.
Social security system?
Social security system itself also include the insurance of the people who cannot
what they get
money.
How
生活保護
Or life?
That is a part of the social
poverty benefit.
Okay. So
yeah,
if you live below the poverty line.
Right. Simply people who cannot earn enough money.
Right.
Japanese government will pay for it.
But those people are legal immigrants.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Otherwise
Legal, but there is the interview and documenting the check and the interview also. And also there are so many the poor Japanese exist, but it is very, very hard for them to get that system.
Those people legal,
the ordinary Japanese. And also but while the current, based on the current statistics, which was opened by the Japanese ministry, I guess roughly speaking, 80% of them.
80% of what?
80% of the people who received the money from Japanese government.
But legal immigrant.
Even if legal, it is not fair.
Why not?
Because there are more Japanese people, more poor Japanese people. Based on the ratio of the Japanese people.
No, my question, discrimination something?
Not discriminations. It is a contamination of the system.
What do you mean contamination?
There are so many the Korean peoples inside the Japanese system.
So what? So
that they try to do the they try to favor the judgment
privilege
when they
say something.
That's true. That is a statistic.
It does make sense.
So, but the reason why was we accepted more than 2 million of refugees from Chosen Peninsula after during the Chosen War, and also after
like you said, very similar opinion. Like Trump said, Trump is racist, okay, and white people is advantage, and he's strong discrimination for black people. Sort of opinion you're talking about, right? And Japanese should get advantage.
The ordinary Japanese
you should say you are talking about Japanese people should get advantage.
No. I don't say that.
I don't understand what you mean.
Everybody who live in Japan, who have a right to live in Japan, can have a right to receive the money, that money,
Right.
if they fulfill the requirement of that. But based on that requirement and also the situation right now, the situation is not.
But I can easily imagine that a lot of Japanese don't want to actually hold up their hands to receive support because they feel it is a burden to society, and therefore
There may be such kind of situation because of the nature of the Japanese.
Right.
But even if that is so, but still the ratio itself is abnormal. 80%. Why? So that now many of the Japanese people get angry about that situation. And also, this is just one example. And there are other example is about 健康保険
health insurance.
health insurance. This is topics related with the Chinese people who visited in a short time in Japan, and if the people who live in more than 3 months, they have a right to get the health insurance if they pay monthly payment to the Japanese government. But there is a special exception for the Chinese people that if they declare how the relatives they have, they don't need to live in Japan. If they have the relative in China, and if they declare how many relatives they have on the papers, and the Japanese government never checks that. So that as a result of that, one people can declare, I have 30 relatives or 100 relatives on the papers. As a result of that, even if they live in the more than the 3 months and they got some basic benefit for the social health insurance, and at that moment they pay. But after that, there was cashback from the yearly cashback from the government because they have 100 relatives, and he or she have, and the Japanese government never checked that. So that at this moment there are so many advisor to use that system. It's a kind of very ridiculous things. But
I don't understand. But
so eventually, such kind of activities of the foreign people, especially the very limited countries, nations.
This is kind of
damaged.
enacting law problem. Enacting law creation problem.
Yeah.
But this is not Chinese, but law itself causes problem.
Right. So as I said, after the World War II, still our such kind of a law system is not complete. Protect our own countries.
This is not Chinese problem. Law, just enacting law problem.
But especially so many Chinese people do that.
Lot of things are not only the kind of health insurance, but
So that yes, the root cause is the incompleteness of the law system in Japan. But even if so, that is not the good things.
we don't, we are Japanese democratic country, but we have a lot of irregular, misleading law, but nobody, many people not complain or kind
Because
of...
nobody knows. Almost no normal, ordinary Japanese people know about
We
it.
don't have kind of system, correcting direction, how to going to change law. We don't have system. Usually, policy maker need to consider for change law, but just like you said, many laws has a lot of problem now. But almost all Japanese no complain to change law.
But as I said, this is just one example of the huge issues between two countries.
But not only China, not only Korea, but just domestic lot of issues we have. So
But as I said,
that's the reason that I just recommend.
This is the general issues, not only for those specific nations, but actually who received the
Oh, this is actually like Dutch. They're going to have a deliberative democracy. The ordinary people get together, exchange opinion, propose to government. Japanese, we don't have kind of system. Australia exists, Dutch exists, and British America exists, but no Japanese.
Right. So that is also another issue. Yeah. So that so many incompleteness in the law system.
But anyway, today also 2 minutes left, but so Robert could not persuade you for Korean issue.
I also know very little about this history. I think in general, two things when it comes to debating from the or culturally speaking. I think that there is in general a tendency to think, okay, there is not a right or wrong, there is just difference of opinion, and things are relative. The fact that something is not right doesn't make it automatically wrong, and something that's wrong is not automatically right. There is a lot of gray. And there is also the matter of empathy. I think that's very important in order to persuade somebody. So it's more a matter of the heart and because actually and that maybe that's also part of the fact that people are basically primarily individuals. That means that basically I start the moment I'm born, and I do not, of course, to some extent, I stand on the shoulders of my parents, but I'm not my parents, and I'm not my great grandparents. And to some extent, you could say I have responsibility, but to the other extent, also that's not me. I didn't do it. I was not involved. I was not even born yet. So we take much more distance, I think, than in Japan, where you're basically part of this this circle. Right?
Yeah. So during the at least before the Meiji era, we Japanese people grew up the children by the community, not by the parents. So such kind of a community was very, very strong. So that after the Meiji Restoration, the Meiji government started the education system, which hired the English UK system and the French system. But at the very first moment, nobody tried to go to the school because there are strong the community and also education mechanism in the communities, and also the private schools. So that at the moment there are so many private schools. What I would like to say is that is one of the can say explicit example of the idea which we Japanese people rely on during the Edo era and maybe at the beginning of the Meiji era. We all rely on this idea, this multi-layered circle.
The concentric circles.
Yes, we are all together. We have to help together. So, and the Korean people, Chinese people, Taiwan people, all of them are in the same
circles. Right. Because the sense of community, etc., is also very strong in China. I heard. Talking with some people who were born and raised there, they also go out there and they even go to work and leave their children just playing in the area, and there are other people in the same area who look after the children.
Right.
Okay, obviously, Japanese observe Korean people is inferior than Japanese people. Inferior. Contemptuous. Inferior. Okay. So, Chinese, no. Chinese is different. Not contemptuous, okay? But Korean people are just contemptuous for them. Inferior people. This is more than 100 years, all the way around until now. So this is, I don't know why, but Chinese is different. Okay, recently Japanese respect Chinese, but also contemptuous and respect, both.
Right.
But Korean all the way around, contemptuous, inferior people. Right?
I think actually when you look at, when you truly look very deep in the heart of people.
Exactly, that's the reason why behind, their mind, Korean people recognize kind of contemptuous Japanese mind. So they are not willing to coordinate with Japanese.
I studied development economics, and with the objective to work in Africa. And the moment I went to Africa, when I arrived in Africa,
はい、皆さんこんにちは、雲野です。今日はですね、雲野塾の研修のプログラムをご紹介したいと思います。で、こういうふうなホームページありますけれども、ぜひですね、一度中身をご覧になっていただきたいと思います。今日はブーキューブさんのスタジオに来て、この収録をしておりますので、中身はこういうふうになってて、今最近ホットなね、グローバルリーダーの定義など書いてあります。で、特に経団連が作成しました留学すれば英語ができて専門性を持つというだけではですね、グローバルリーダーになれないとここに書いてありますようにですね、仕事ができる、専門性を持つ、英語ができるだけじゃなくてですね、私どもの塾ではリベラルアーツということ、それからもう一つは孫子の平和、さらにはですね、日本の歴史というものを合わせて教えることによって皆さんが海外の欧米の方々と、もしくは華僑圏の方々と正々堂々と渡り合えるような人物を育成しようというふうなことを考えています。ここに次のスライドが出ておりますけれども、ここに書いてありますのはですね、さらに、私どもの雲野塾の中身につきましてはですね、欧米の資料しか使っておりません。また実際に雲野塾は英語でやっておりますので、英語の講師が話しておりますけど、各週はですね、日本の歴史をまだ教えてますので、各週の午後はですね、日本のプログラムをしております。で、以前はこれ有料だったので、今はですね、実際に会場費も取っていただいておりませんで、毎回5000円ということで、朝9時から午後5時までやっておりますので、ぜひ皆さんですね、ご検討の上ご参加いただければと。英語のできない方もですね、各週の午後こういうふうな研修をしておりますので、ぜひご参加いただければというふうに思っておりますので、よろしくお願いします。で、ここにさらにですね、グループ討議とか実務の勘どころを教えると書いてありますけど、実際には私が10年ほどですね、欧米の新聞とか雑誌等をですね、集めてきた、もともと英語のベースでございますので、そうしたものをですね、50セッションのテーマに分けて資料作成をしております。そういうことで、世界のオペレーション、もしくはカントリーリスクも含めてですね、しかも世界のトップの方々に対してもいろいろな分析とか洞察をしてですね、議論をしております。そういったことも含めてですね、今後ともよろしくお願いしたいと思います。以上で私の挨拶を終えますが、今回のこのビデオの収録にあたってはですね、V キューブさんのスタジオをお借りしてですね、お時間を頂戴して、このビデオを作成させていただきました。よろしくお願いします。どうもありがとうございました。